Hello, everyone, and welcome to the International Bowling Campus. My name is Emil Williams Jr., and to my left is Gary Brown. Gary is the Managing Director of IBC Youth here at the campus. We'll talk to Gary in just one second. Of course, we are here to talk about the ITC Sectionals and announce the teams, both men and women, who will be a part of the special, of course, postseason tournament, ultimately resulting in some berths, 16 on each side at the Intercollegiate Team Championships in April. Before we begin, big special thanks to Carl Nicolai. Carl provided all the stats for today. He has been at the helm of the power ranking since its inception. So Carl, obviously big thanks to you, all of your hard work, effort, and dedication. We certainly appreciate it. Now, a man, of course, who we briefly mentioned earlier, Gary Brown, someone who works closely with Carl Nicolai, not only with rankings, but you play a very important role in where the teams are located for sectionals. But first and foremost, for those who don't know, your collegiate bowling background, you bowled. What was that experience like, and how did you get to the point where you are now?
I bowled for the Indiana University Bowling Program, started in 1993, took off a couple of years in the middle to continue my education, and finished up in 1999. Fortunate to be part of a pretty strong program. We were #1 in the country for several years. But overall, that experience just really brought me to where I am today and when we get in the bowling industry. A lot of passion that we developed in, teamwork, camaraderie, and we're still all friends today, so that passion that we had still carries on through today.
Now, the power rankings, of course, very important. How much your involvement, how much does that play into where the teams end up from a seeding perspective and place in the various sectionals?
Well, overall, the power rankings completely depict or just determine where individuals are going for their teams. We have to look at the top 16 teams in the country, top 8 teams in the country, and really top 24 we've gone since we've grown so much larger. We try to make sure that no more than 2 of the top 8, no more than 4 of the top 16, and no more than 6 of the top 24s are in the same region. Sometimes you can't do that because of logistics and locations and things like that, but we really try to use that as our determination of where they're going.
And in all the years that you have been a part of collegiate bowling, what has been the best part, if you can name one or two within this process? I know it's a tough one, obviously trying to get everyone to where they should go and geographically speaking as well. What's one of the best parts or some of the best parts for you?
I mean, in the end, it's just being there at the ITCs, Intercollegiate Team Championships, watching individuals like yourself when you won with Lindenwood, raise that trophy up, show the emotions that you had, and all the things you did to work together throughout the season to raise that trophy. I mean, in the end, that's what collegiate bowling is all about, raising trophies, determining champions, and putting on great tournaments.
Appreciate that, Gary. That is Gary Brown, Managing Director of IBC Youth Bowling. Gary is fantastic in everything he does, and we certainly appreciate what he does as well. One quick note, folks, from a social media perspective, don't forget, use hashtag collegiate bowling, hashtag ITC, and hashtag ISC for all of your social comments as the teams start moving. I know you want to talk about who's going to advance, and that's where you do it. So we can pick up on that convo and maybe even tweet some or retweet some out as well. All right, so let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the men's and women's teams who will compete in the ITC Sectionals 2018 season. We will start with Smyrna. All right, we'll begin with the women's teams of the Robert Morris, Illinois. The Eagles leading the way. They won the Keystone Quaker Classic. The Eagles are led by sophomore Maddie Brandos, who captured the Hoosier Classic title and claimed 2 additional top 10 finishes in Tier 1 events. The 7th-ranked overall team is the St. Francis, Illinois Fighting Saints. They won the Western Shootout and owned 5 top 10 finishes in Tier 1 events. The squad led by senior Nicole Troja and 2017 Rookie of the Year, Abby Ragsdale. Emmanuel is the 9th-ranked overall squad. They won 6 events this season and owned 3 top 5 Tier 1 finishes as well. And Pikeville is the 10th-ranked team overall. Of course, in Smyrna, 2-time ITC champions, Martin Methodist, Savannah College of Art and Design. 2nd-year program, doing a wonderful job. Shout out to Verity Crawley and Katie Thornton. University of the Cumberlands, Huntington. Then we get into Alma, Florida State, Lindsey Wilson. 2-time ITC champion, Maryland Eastern Shore. Union, UAB, 2015 ITC champion, North Carolina A&T, led by Kim Kearney, and Bethel from Tennessee. Let's transition over to the men's teams, where Wisconsin Whitewater is the #2 overall seed, kind of the top-ranked team, if you will, within the Smyrna sectional. Won the Keystone Quaker Classic. Heck of a season. They qualified second overall at the Hoosier Classic. A very balanced squad led by Josh Pate, who's improved more than 10 pins in average from last season. They are followed by the Robert Morris, Illinois Eagles, ranked 4th overall. They captured the Lehigh Valley Classic, the Titan Invitational, and the Eagles Baker Classic in the 2017-18 season. The Eagles boost firepower from both sides of the lane with southpaws Michael Martell and Kenny Ryan, and right-handers Daniel Hansen, Dakota Vostry, and more. Pikeville is the 9th-ranked team overall, and then they are followed by, again, Savannah College of Art and Design. They qualified 5th overall at the Hoosier Classic. The second-year program, they are led by Alex Galinsky. He won the individual title at the Hoosier Classic and is certainly a Rookie of the Year candidate. 20th ranked team overall is St. Francis, Illinois. Emmanuel is 23rd. Lawrence Tech is 25th. And Lincoln Memorial is 34th. Martin Methodist is 37th. Michigan State, Lindsey Wilson, Huntington, Louisville, Florida State, Ball State, and Union. Bethel, Tennessee is 72nd, followed by The Ohio State, Rio Grande, and Gary Brown's alma mater, the Indiana Hoosiers. Good luck to all of the teams who are headed to Smyrna Bowling Center. Again, March 9th through the 11th. March 9th will be the singles competition, which kicks off the sectionals weekend, and then the 10th and the 11th, of course, is team competition. Well, folks, if you haven't heard of the Bowling Combine, I'm here to tell you just about it. It is coming to the International Training and Research Center in Arlington, Texas, July 31st, and runs through August 4th. The Bowling Combine is an event where young bowlers are evaluated using today's most objective standards and where collegiate coaches can observe and analyze the potential of the student athletes. The world-class coaches at the ITRC will use state-of-the-art technology to assess sport-specific skills, overall athleticism, and the it factor of the athletes. The Combine is open to athletes who have collegiate eligibility remaining and have completed at least their freshman year in high school. Upon acceptance of your application, the cost is just $200. Information is available at bowl.com/combine, and the deadline to apply is May 19th. We certainly look forward to seeing you there. All right, folks, it is time to learn about more teams, but before we do that, let us introduce our co-host for today. Well, he's the man, he's the myth, he's the legend. He's A.A. Ron. We flipped a coin today because, well, we had to. A.A. Ron now. Host, producer, director, a man of many talents. Here's Aaron Smith to take you through the Stratford, New Jersey section.
Well, thank you for the introduction, Emil, and definitely looking forward to be a part of this here, the ITC Sectional Assignment Show. We got the behind-the-scenes look right now, but you guys really don't want to see that. You want to see who's going to Stratford. So let's go ahead and get right into that. Stratford being held at 30 Strikes, March 9th through 11th. Starting with the women. Wright State will be our top overall seed here in... Oh, there we go. All right. Got to show off Stratford there. Wright State will be the top seed overall in the Stratford, New Jersey sectional. The Raiders were the winners at the Lehigh Valley Classic and led by a duo of Tori Pappas and Colleen Hines, which combined to win 5 individual titles in 2017 and 2018, 4 for Pappas and 1 for Hines. Ranked 8th overall is Notre Dame, Ohio. The Falcons are looking to make their 3rd consecutive ITC appearance, led by senior Taylor Sturm, who averaged 194 and collected 3 top 5 finishes. Taking a look at the rest of the teams here on the first page, we have Schenectady CCC, Indiana Tech, Urbana Concordia, Bowling Green, and 3-time champion Weber International. The Warriors are relying on sophomore standout Caitlin Johnson to push them back to another ITC appearance. Continuing on in Stratford, Sacred Heart, Siena Heights, Duquesne, Muskingum, Delaware State, Kutztown, 4-time national champion Morehead State, Hudson Valley Community College, and Adrian. We'll move over to the men's rankings now. William Patterson coming in at 6th overall, the top team in Stratford, New Jersey. The Pioneers claimed the win at the Brunswick Southern Classic, and this veteran squad returns several key players from their runner-up finish at the 2016 ITCs, including ITC MVP Jake Rollins. 7th overall is Notre Dame, Ohio. The Falcons feature a nice mix of youth and experience, including freshman Dean Vargo and a trio of seniors in Casey Cohagen, Ryan Ashby, and Mika Walker. Also joining in Stratford, New Jersey is St. John's, Wright State, Indiana Tech, Morehead State, Schenectady, Concordia. Kicking off the second page, Weber International. The Warriors fall in the overall rankings after the use of an ineligible player during the season, but the Warriors still have plenty of firepower heading into the postseason, which features Team USA member Matt Russo. Also in Stratford, Northwestern Ohio, RIT, Toledo, Erie CC, Urbana, Stony Brook, Adrian, Siena Heights, Bowling Green, Hudson Valley Community College, Stevens, Penn State, and Georgian. So good luck to all of our competitors heading out to 30 strikes. And of course, a big part of sectionals is the Baker element. And a great way to learn about that before you get to the collegiate scene is through USA Bowling. USA Bowling is a fun and exciting bowling tournament series for kids ages 15 and under. Participating in USA Bowling and high school bowling can better prepare youth bowlers for collegiate competition. The USA Bowling tournaments host 16 regional events to determine teams that will compete in the USA Bowling National Championships to be held in Dallas in the summer of 2018. Participants will receive an event gift, complimentary Sixlets candies from our sponsor, and trophies will be awarded to the top teams. The cost to compete in the event is $110 per team. Our season schedule is nearly complete with just 6 events to go, including Minneapolis and Dallas this upcoming weekend. For more information or to register your team, please visit bowl.com/USA Bowling Regionals. Right now, we're going to send it back to Emil as we prepare for Fairview Heights.
All right, folks, it is time to find out the teams, both men and women, who are headed to Fairview Heights. It'll be at St. Clair Bowl, again, Fairview Heights, Illinois, March 9th through the 11th. And again, we will start with the women's teams. First and foremost, the Lindenwood Lady Lions. Yes, I'm a little excited about that. Shout out to LU. Had a great season, of course. The 2006 ITC champions won the Brunswick Southern Classic. They are led by senior Amanda Yaravet, who captured the win at the Lions Classic and averaged 194 for the season. The third-ranked overall team, Lindenwood, the second-ranked overall in the power rankings, is St. Ambrose, the Fighting Bees. Kicked off the year with a win at the Midwest Collegiate. They feature a pair of standouts in Kayla Crawford and Rookie of the Year contender Natalie Kopperwitz. And the 11th overall squad is Grandview. Heck of a weekend at the Hoosier Classic. Finished second in the match play bracket finals to the Newman Jets. Be on the lookout for them. 16th overall squad is Mount Mercy. They are followed by Aquinas, Calumet, Campbellsville, Viterbo. Then we head to Marion, the 29th ranked overall squad out of Indianapolis. 35th is St. Xavier from Chicago. In the 38th overall ranked team, Stephen F. Austin, the 2016 NCAA champions, led by, of course, former Team USA member Stephanie Schwartz. 45th is Wisconsin Whitewater, and they are followed by Ancilla, Tulane, Clark, Judson, Purdue, and Wisconsin Milwaukee. Now let's head to the men's squad, where the Calumet College of St. Joseph, the Crimson Wave, the #1 overall seed for this coming sectionals. They edge Whitewater for that top ranking, and the only team on the men's side to win 2 Tier 1s in 2017 and 18. A good mix of veteran leadership with 2-time All-American Michael Davidson and freshman standout Pete Vergos. Lindenwood, the 8th overall ranked team, of course, right behind Calumet. They have 2 ITC titles. They won team match games this year and are looking to make it back to ITCs after missing in 2017. They are led by transfer standout Scott Hill, who is certainly a Player of the Year candidate, and former Player of the Year Michael Coffey. Arizona State follows closely behind. They captured the Rebel Classic this season. They are powered by All-American Chase Nadeau and Rookie of the Year candidate Andrew Hall. Vincennes, the 13th ranked overall squad, led by longtime coach Gary Sparks. St. Ambrose, Grandview, Davenport, and Marion round out that slide. And 30th, Highland Community College. Shout out to Chris Beach. Nebraska Lincoln, Purdue, Wisconsin Madison. Aquinas is the 41st ranked overall squad here. Mount Mercy, Minnesota State Mankato. Waldorf, Wisconsin Milwaukee. Western Illinois, Campbellsville, Clark, Judson, and Wisconsin Lacrosse. Pretty solid lineup there at the Fairview Heights Sectional. Good luck to all of the bowlers here. And speaking of sectionals, well, it's good to know some information pretty early on. And in case you missed our earlier announcement this year, the future sectional locations have been chosen through the year 2021. Stardust Bowl in Addison, Illinois, Smyrna Bowling Center in Smyrna, Tennessee, 30 Strikes in Stratford, New Jersey, and USA Bowl in Dallas, Texas. They will hold sectionals in 2019, 2020, and 2021. Now for our future ISC and ITC locations, we are contracted through 2022. In 2019, we head to Polking Lane South in Dayton, Ohio. In 2020, Spectrum Lanes in Grand Rapids, Michigan. 2021, Stardust Bowl in Addison, Illinois. And 2022, the granddaddy of them all, shout out to Keith Jackson, National Bowling Stadium in Reno, Nevada. Well, one more section to go. Aaron Smith is ready, willing, and able to talk to you about who is going to USA Bowl in Dallas, Texas. Aaron?
Thank you, Emil, and we'll get to the final sectional here, USA Bowl, Dallas, Texas. Couldn't have said it any better myself. We'll start with the women once again. And the top overall team in the rankings for the year, Wichita State, coming in at number 1, the 9-time ITC champion, won 3 Tier 1s in the 2017-2018 season. And the Shocker team is led by reigning Player of the Year and ISC champion Sydney Brummett, as well as Sierra Kanimoto. Both Sydney and Sierra captured 3 individual titles this season. Ranked 4th overall, the Newman Jets had quite a week just a few days ago as they finished the regular season with a win at the Hoosier Classic. They were led this season by senior Kelly Mahachek and freshman Leanne Vassbinder. Ranked 13th overall, Midland, a semifinalist last year at the ITC, and our defending champion, the McKendree Bearcats, also heading to Dallas, Texas. The Bearcats are looking to recapture the magic of 2017 when they won both the ITC and NCAA titles. McKendree brings back its entire starting 5 in 2018, including seniors Jessica Malott and Sarah Willie. Also heading to Dallas, Texas includes Hastings, William Penn, 6-time champion on the women's side, West Texas A&M, Baker, Iowa Central Community College, Morningside, Ottawa, Grand Canyon, and Spring Hill. Transitioning to the men's field in Dallas, and once again Wichita State at the top. The 3rd overall ranked Shockers are 11-time ITC champions. They captured the Glenn Carlson Las Vegas Invitational this year, and the Shockers are relying on a formidable duo of Wesley Lowe Jr. and Cortez Schenk to bring home number 12. Number 5, McKendree, the 2016 ITC champions, added a veteran presence to their already talented lineup with the addition of Matt Farber this season. Farber, a past junior Team USA and current Team USA member. Also joining in Dallas, Texas, we have Midland, Newman, William Penn, who recently captured the Hoosier Classic, Grand Canyon, Hastings, San Jose State, West Texas A&M, Spring Hill, Iowa Central Community College, Kansas Wesleyan, Morningside, Southwestern Christian, LSU, and last but certainly not least, Nevada, Las Vegas, featuring the very talented Dallas Leong, former junior Team USA member. So best of luck to everyone heading to Dallas, Texas. We're going to send it back to Mr. Williams.
All right, folks, again, we are headed to Lincoln, Nebraska, Sun Valley Lanes. Big thanks to the host proprietor there, John Lucido. ISCs will take place April 16th through the 21st. Again, that is the Intercollegiate Singles Championships. They will kick off the team portion. There'll be the Champions Banquet, Night of Champions Banquet on a Wednesday. Then the competition will begin April 18th and run, of course, until the TV shows, April 21st. Don't forget to use hashtags Collegiate Bowling, ITC, and ISC as well. All right, folks, don't want to forget, if you haven't, be sure to subscribe to Bowl TV. Follow Youth Bowling on all social media, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Be sure to hit the thumbs up on our event today. Big thanks to Gary Brown, who you saw earlier, Roger Nordic, Jimmy Chanthavong, and Brandon Cruz for all of their help in today's show. And finally, don't forget, we'd love to hear from you. Drop us some comments. Let us know who you think will advance from each sectional. We look forward to reading those. I always enjoyed reading collegebowling.com, the forums, especially around this time. Everyone wants to know and has an opinion. We'd love to hear from you as well. Don't forget hashtag Collegiate Bowling, hashtag ISC, and hashtag ITC for social media use. But that'll do it for us here. Want to thank Aaron Smith. Did a fantastic job running the board, punching the buttons, did everything that we could ask him to do, and of course gave you some sectional teams. Big thanks to A.A. Ron. My name is Emil Williams Jr. We will say so long for now, but we look forward to seeing you in April at ITC's and maybe a surprise before then. Until then, stay tuned. This is USBC Collegiate ITC Sectionals coming up in March.